Steve Gudeno, KOR Sports are here with Bob Santos. Man, you were just telling me, man, you work with both guys kind of back in the day. Are you still working with Morrell?
Yeah, I got Rosario as the opening bout, but I've been with Morrell for a long time now. Basically, since he came to Minnesota, we lived together. I'm still with Morrell. I've been in every one of his fights, and so yes, I'm definitely with him.
Just kind of educate the fans. When did you work with Benavidez, and like at what point in his career?
It's been a few years back, but I did work with Benavidez. We lived together for a time, did a camp for a time. He's a tremendous fighter. I tell people on the inside, he's like a savant. He's one of the best I've ever seen. But that being said, it's somewhat of a 50-50 fight, but I like the guy that has a plethora of ways to win, and I think that's Morrell. I think he can do things with his feet. I think he can turn you. He can fight on angles. He can fight on the back foot. And so for that reason alone, I like Morrell to edge him out because I think he has more paths to victory than Benavidez.
You said David's kind of a savant in boxing. Just kind of explain that to the fans.
When I first lived with him and was able to go to the gym with him every day, Benavidez, I talked to Louis DeCubas Jr. I says, I've never seen a guy inside the ring be able to adapt and make adjustments in sparring better than him. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, his computer was just unbelievable the way he can make adjustments in sparring. I go, this is the best guy I've ever seen, especially on the inside. It was unreal. That said, fast forward, then I started working with David Morrell in a different way. I'm saying, well, he's probably the best athlete that I've ever worked with and seen because the fast feet, the fast hands, the length. And so they're both great in different areas, but I like Morrell.
Fight fans, hear stuff like that, right? And I think kind of casual fans are kind of like, just let's get down to the nuts and bolts. Like who hits harder between the both?
I think I'll give the casual fans this. A baseball analogy. Morrell throws 105 miles an hour. Benavidez probably throws 96. Morrell's the bigger puncher of the two. There's no two ways about that. That said, though, Benavidez throws 6 and 7 punches where Morrell is only throwing 2 and 3. So do you like the guy that's going to hit you with 5 or 6 96 mile an hour fastballs, or the guy that's going to hit you with 2 or 3 105 mile an hour fastballs? And so we'll see when Morrell starts to hit him. Are you willing to let your hands go like you did against Caleb Plant or some of those other guys who are not as physically as big as this guy, who's a southpaw, who can punch, and he has probably the biggest hands I've ever seen of anybody in this weight class. But that said, anything could happen. Benavidez is a tremendous fighter. He can hit you with one shot and maybe hit you with a good body shot up top and change the dynamic of a fight. But for me, I always like the guy that has more opportunities and more of a range to come to victory, more paths to victory than the guy who's a little bit more one-dimensional. He's great up top, but the feet are a little bit limited.
Right. Bob, man, I guess that's why we fight the fights, right? So we can see what happens, man. Appreciate your time, brother. Thank you so much.
God bless you.